Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fortitude. Today I'm doing a game as Volcano looming high into Russia level 6 as the leading adversary and then Brandenburg Prussia level 3 as the supporting adversary. So we are playing on board E, which is one of the strongest boards for Volcano, so let's get into it. Okay, so starting presence, I like to put it in E5 just because it gives me that range 2 to E8 and down the road we can always pivot to E2 if needed. Plus we also get to push this Dahan, which can matter. Okay, starting explore is mountains, so that's great. So we need to watch out for Prussia3 because they'll kind of sneak up on us. We have this stage 3 that's going to turn up pretty soon. So as long as I handle that appropriately, I think we should be good. So doing a G2 opening, putting 2 presents. Let's play Rain of Ash here. And then next turn we'll decide what to do. Okay, build up in the mountains and explore is the wetlands. Okay, that actually works out. So I can fully clear this land. So we can take a blight on E2, so that'll stop Russia6 from happening. Get to push these Dahan. Let's push them here. Let's push you here and one we'll push here. And E4 maybe I can try and clear out. Not fully sure yet, but let's do G3. G3 is our strongest growth option because we can place presence, gain a power card, +1 card play. It's basically the best of all worlds, so try to use G3 as much as possible on the spirit. Alright, so this is quite a draft. So we got Call to Ferocity, Domesticated Animals, which can be a range 1 defend 5 because of our special rule. That gives us extra range if we have 3 or more presence in our origin land. Shadows is interesting, and then Dry Woods is also interesting. Again, Dry Woods is actually pretty useful because it's 2 damage. It's actually 1 damage, but if I target a land with Badlands, then it can be 2 damage, and fast can go a long way. But right now, I think I'll probably go with one of these two. Not fully sure which one. Let me think. I think just Call to Ferocity because of the elements. It also has that sun element, so if I do go for majors and get any of the overpowered majors like having sun, like Vigor or something of that sort, or voice of command, like this is something that can help me in thresholding it. Yep, I'll just go for this. Then add a presence. So I'm going to be using Exaltation on myself, so I think I'll just go down bottom track here. And this turn, I think we can play Lava Flows and Exaltation here. And then let us explode. Let's explode for 2 so that fully clears out this land. We gotta push this guy. Let's push you here. Then do damage here. Oh, let me do it differently. Let's push you on the coast, sure. Okay. Let's add a disease over here. Do more fear. May push 2 from an inland land, okay, well. I think I like where they are. Or, you know what I can do? I can bring this guy. Oh no. I was thinking about bringing this guy to the coast, but I think I'll leave him there. Okay, it is jungles and sands. That's fine. Let's add it down here. Then we have lava flows. Go ahead and put a lava flows over here. Badlands and wilds token. And then let us pay 2 energy, and I'm tempted to just go for a major here. Just go for it, because Pyro should give us our volcanic eruption next turn if we want it, because we already have a fire sun on the track, so getting a strong major can go a long way. And of course we got Pyro, which is a Russia killer, also a card that we can threshold with relative ease because all we need, actually we already have the 2 air needed for it. Plus we can always unlock the air on our tracks. Weave is also interesting. I also love Weave on Volcano because you can combine multiple lands and then your explosion has more... it's more potent because you're affecting multiple lands with your action. Dream is a good late game card, I would say, and then Strangling Firewine is also a good card into Russia, but not as strong as Pyro on Volcano. So let's go for Pyro. Let's forget... Tempted to just forget Rain of Ash here. Although that does let me threshold this guy. I'll just have to unlock this spot to kind of threshold it if I want to make the most use out of it, like this track. Which will provide me a lot of value. And also this is great for like mountains and sands. If I do target jungles or wetlands, then I have to kind of pay the price by adding a blight. I think I might just go ahead and forget Rain of Ash. I think that's fine. Question is, how much fear do we need? Let's do some math here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 3. So 12, 13, 14. So 14 fear. If I'm able to generate 14 fear and there's no buildings on the board, I win the game. Okay. Okay. Question is, how do we do that? How do we get to that state? Let's gain a power card. Let's gain a miner here. Okay, these are some amazing pickups depending on what we choose to go for. Nature's Res is just fantastic in defending E3 next turn if needed. Similar with Carapace lands, because again we'll always have that defense 6 and it's always range 1. So it's basically between these two. Like, what do I prefer? This is 0 cost, this is 1 cost. Do I want to remove Blight? I will have to draft a water if I want to. I mean, that is also again really good versus Russia. So let me just think. Yeah, that's an interesting decision. I'm not sure which one I... Okay, so this is technically range 2 if I target from Volcano. I think I'll just go with Nature's Res here and go down to 2 plays, but technically we have 3 plays this turn. Definitely play Pyro. We could get away with playing... we could play both the Pyros. Interesting. And then Call to Ferocity. Heck, that is a solid freaking turn. Let's do Pyro over here. Push you over here. Then we can do Pyroclastic Bombardment over here. Push you over here. Then we could explode for 2. No, actually we just need to explode for 1 really. We don't even need a big explosion, because there's Badlands in both of these lands. So here I can destroy a town and... Oh no, I have to explode for 2. Because if I want to do damage in adjacent land, the requirement is you have to explode for 2. Man, the design of this spirit is so beautiful. Just like the whole game in general, right? Like everything has a strong purpose. Let me decide that's where I want to push it though. What if I push it in E3? If I push it in E3, then build a city. It'll be 9 damage next turn. That might be too much, but I can always leverage Call to Ferocity to defend it. I mean, I have Nature's Res to defend it. But I think a thresholded Pyroclastic flow will go a long way in just sealing this game for me. I think I am just going to push it over here. As much as I want to do the bottom, I think I'm just going to have to do the top here. I don't want to lose more presence. I want to keep the possibilities to explode open, and I think I have all the elements that I need for the rest of the game, kind of. So let's do the top. Okay. We get to add more beasts on the board. Let's throw you over here. Oh no, not add more beasts. We get to push a beast. We push it like this. Just do it like that. Okay, that wild was clutch. That wild was clutch. Okay, so how many fear am I away? 8, 9 fear away, I think. I think we can do it. So technically 8 fear with this guy. 8 fear with this guy. Is that what I want to do? So I have nature's res. So this is how much damage? 9 damage, and I'm defending it for 6. So they'll still come out with 3 more damage. And it jungles back to back. But maybe I could just throw... Could I just throw a thresholded pyro at it? To deal with it? I don't think I want to spend the energy here. I think I just want to save up some energy so that I can play these 2 cards in parallel if needed. The thing is, next turn I only have 2 card plays, so maybe I cannot threshold pyro. So I should probably try to defend this land. Gonna throw it over here. So yeah, 8 fear away from... And I need to remove these buildings on the board. Let's not pay energy. Let's gain our presence. And I think we should... So I can go super greedy. Okay, this land is... I do need some beast damage, man. Otherwise this land is a problem. Let's reclaim here. Let's go for a miner. Okay, so we did not get any... what do you call it? Air. I think we should take a blight on E1 to stop that Russia6 because it does matter right now. Almost just tempted to go for Sky's Herald because it's a fast presence ad. I mean, rights is also important though, like fast the Han movement. Let's see. What am I missing? Like, how do I get to this 8 fear as fast as possible? So my explosion will give me a good amount of fear if I try to do the 4 explosion. I don't know if I want to though. I can always get fear from these guys. Defending this will give me fear itself. I mean, these 2 are great cards for Volcano. Question is that do I want to use them? I definitely want to impact. I'm just gonna go for Sky's Herald here. No, you know what? I need that even a little bit of fear might go a long way. So I'm going to go with this. This can give me 2 fear right away. So I think I said I wanted to play Nature's Res this turn and then 1 more card. Pyro, was that the call? Like I could target E4 with Pyro and explode just enough to stop the Ravage here. Maybe this is This is the plan here. Like, defend this. Pyro you. Explode for 2. I don't know, man. That's what I'm thinking. I almost wonder if it's worth saving Pyro for next turn to clean up an E2. Because, oh man, clean up it will do. Clean up it will do. So I did Pyro over here. I wonder if I should do it like this instead. Like, so it'll definitely kill off both the Dahan though. Maybe let me just keep it the way I did it before. That is, do Pyro here. Push one guy over here. Let's just go with that, sure. Gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land without Dahan setup symbols. I kind of want this land to trade. I do want to take a blight here, actually. Or should we forgo that blight, is the question. Nah, let's read that blight. Prussia is showing up on the board. How can I win? How can I win? Does anyone have an answer? I definitely need an answer. Should we just freaking YOLO this and rely on something to win us the game here? I guess we are YOLOing it. I guess we are YOLOing it. Boom. It still becomes a ravage land. Let me push it somewhere else. Let me find a spot for you. Two fear cards to remove a town. 3 fear cards to remove a town. Woohoo! There we go. Oh man, that was fun. That was fun. I don't know if I should have played it this risky. Like, I mean, I would have had to be very unlucky if this land, what is this land? This sand, I did not have an answer for this sand because I was taking a loss condition in both these lands. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta rely on luck as part of your plan. Alright, that was a fun game. Volcano versus Russia6 as leading and Prussia3 as supporting. Russia6 is very straightforward for Volcano because we can do tons of those little explosions and control the board, but Prussia3 just starts adding that little tempo. Let me know in the comments if you maybe want me to try to go crazy and do 6-6 with this spirit someday. But yeah, that was game. Looking at the drafts that we got. Again, like Pyro is our MVP. Even though we didn't get to threshold it, like just the potential from it is too big. What else? Land of the Rights Rejection was nice. Nature's Res is probably a card you can pick into any adversary and not be disappointed. And rest of it is just standard Volcano kit. Call to Ferocity was also nice. I did get to use it and that fear does add up. Yeah, looking at the events that we got this game, the fear cards that we earned. This is the last one that removed that town, so that was great. They should probably give us a way to look at the unused fear cards just to give you an idea of how lucky or unlucky you were. So yeah, that's a feature request for the devs. Down the road, nothing urgent. And then this was the Invader deck RNG. So I think we got a good mix of all lands, like mountains showed up pretty consistently. I mean, the focus was like jungles back to back and just wetlands. Yeah, that was game. I hope you all enjoyed it and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.